Wow, I'm not really sure what to say because we're hanging out with the king of customizers. You have had so many titles over the years. I don't think that the queen has knighted you yet, but that should happen, right?
Well, I've been fortunate to be kind of like a king because I was able to customize more cars than any other customer. So that means it shows you between the Batman, the Munsters, and the Monkeys, and the Beverly Hillbillies.
Right.
I ride all these famous movie and TV cars, as well as the many celebrities, the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, all
It just goes on and on.
Yeah.
The list is, I mean, how many cars do you think you've done?
Oh, I quit counting when I left it for 3rd grade.
I'm very excited today. Welcome back to 5 Minute Drive. I'm your host, Fireball Tim. And today, although we normally drive, these cars are incredible, what George has in his shop. We're hanging out today with the king of customizers, George BARRIS. Thank you, George.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hanging out with me. I've been running around George's shop since I was a kid. I've been back here so many times. It feels like home to me. It's the coolest place ever. If you've never been to George's shop here in Burbank, then you gotta come by.
Yeah, I think they would enjoy it. We're on Lancashire and Riverside Drive.
Right.
And they'll see the Batmobile, the Munsters, which we're in.
Right.
And the Beverly Hillbillies and many other cars. And photos of the many celebrities like Elvis Presley and Jazzy Moore and all these famous celebrities that we've done cars for.
You know what's most amazing to me about you is that you have this unlimited amount of energy. You go to you're up there now, age-wise. We don't necessarily have to talk about that. Very young at heart, but you're constantly doing shows, constantly traveling. It just doesn't end for you. What's the secret to all that passion, all that energy for you?
Well, it's great to meet and greet people. People you love to make them happy, and they like to be happy when they can see some of these famous cars and how they're built and done in the many TV or movies. So it's a thrill for me to be a part of people and happiness.
Because people associate movie cars to a time and place for themselves. You know, where they were when, or how old they were when Starsky and Hutch came out, or where they were when they were watching the Munsters show. You know, and it brings people back. It brings people a lot of joy back to the very innocent time, it seems, at that time. We're sitting in the Munster Koach. We're kind of pretending like we're driving.
Right.
Not
kind
really.
of exciting to see it this way.
Yeah. And we are going to sit in a very cool car next, hopefully, or get right next to it. As far as an experience, tell me what it was like being involved in building this car, the Munster Koach.
Well, the exciting part about the car and how we did it, I went to Universal. They said, we want to do a TV movie, the Munsters. They had an old hearse there. I said, this is not, you got the characters there, great. So I come back with Shirley, my wife, and we put together a 6-door Model T. The only time in history you'll ever see a 6-door Model T put together for the family. And then when we got that, I got over to the studio and said, well, we got to put a place for Butch. Now, where are we going to put Butch? Up in the top we went.
Well, this car is stunning in person. I mean, it's extraordinary. But you have another car that we're going to go take a look at that people might recognize.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
This is cool.
This is what we call the workhorse. This is the car that has to go out and do all the driving, because you never want to destroy the number one car, because then you never have something to replace. So we go ahead and make it happen and make it different for everything to do. We got an eccentric light, we got the telephones, we got all the systems of electronic inside, so it makes it a moving piece of energy.
And how many were built?
6 cars were built. We had a stunt car, a crash car, a race car, and each car had to play its part. You can't take one car and go and do a crash scene because you don't have a ready to do it the next scene. Or a drag race, we go out to the drag races, or even going out to do the shows like this where the people can see it. Because coming out of filming, it has to be worn and torn, and we'll make sure that it works right. Broke the record at the auction company at the show. And the young man that bought it was so funny because 2 men were bidding against each other. And then they get to the points of over $4.5 million. And then one says to the other, well, we'll never end like this. We have to do something else. Let's flip a coin. Fine. Here's 2 men bidding over $4 million to flip a coin, and they don't have a nickel in their pocket. They had to borrow a nickel from the kid next to them so they could flip.
So it is truly a piece of art. It belongs in someone's living room, as does this one. But right now, people can actually come to your shop, walking right in the front door, and see some of these great cars, can't they?
Many cars and many celebrity photos of cars we built, and all the movies strips that we've done.
George, I want to thank you, man. This has been a blast. I mean, I've come here so many times, but every time I come, I see something new, and it's really cool to hang out with you.
Anytime they want, just tell them to ask for you, and they're going to be our guest.
Get out of here. What are you doing? Oh.